it. It was in a poor residential, not in the farmland. Now, when it happened, all the people in Ebo left Ebo in Buji. That camp was deserted completely 2 to 3 months. Now, the last killing of Ibube Donatus was in Enugu. That was end of February 28th. It wasn't in Ebo. It wasn't in Mbuji. It wasn't in Umujov. And it was our own farmland. That is Umuhu farmland. So there is something I'm trying to correct here. Okay. This thing has spread beyond Ebo. Please, you can go back again.
I'm not just saying Ebo. I'm coming. Community. I know
wait. Umuhu is not part of the 3 communities. Umuhu is not part of the 3 communities.
Where is Umuhu?
Umuhu is that river that you cross before you come into Eke. Those are the side of Umuhu side. Then that is different place from Ebo, Mbuji, and Umujov.
So there's also a
now, yes, the epicenter. I'm coming.
Is there a farm settlement in Umuhi?
Yes, they have a farm. Umuhu has farm settlement. Egamede, they have farm settlement. Ape has farm settlement. Egamede too is still under attack. Not just Ebo. That is what I was trying to come in. It's not just Ebo and Ubuji, then Umujov. No.
5 community with their.
Let me call it for you. Egamede, Mbede, Umuhu, Ogomugu, Ape, Owo. No, one other community. About 6 to 7 of them are under attack, under seizure by the Fulani Herdsmen. But the epicenter of this in Hamufu, yes. But the epicenter of this attack is Ebo. That is where completely they've driven us even out of our residential home, because this is our Ebo residential home, being our town. We are not comfortable. Nobody, as women there, our people staying there only go there with their eyes open. So it's not just that it's the farmland. Ebo is not safe right now. Mbuji is not safe right now. Umujov is not safe right now. Ape, Anegame the Ego is not safe. So I don't know if, since you're closing the space, let me quickly just say what I will want you to, whoever is close to the government or the governor, to do for us. They talked about, my leader told me of 20 people that they are paying. That is our vigilante. 20 people cannot cover the whole of Ihamufu or the whole of the 5 communities I mentioned. And I heard, I think Anambra First Son talked about 6 whatever that was given to the security.
I think people. that was during Ugwai time.
Okay, Ugwai. Since then, I've not heard about any other thing given. And that
the vigilantes I saw today were wearing a body cam. I wanted to take pictures. The 4 vigilantes I saw today, they were wearing a body cam, and they were giving, I think they say they are about more than 20 with the body cam. Okay. So we, the community of Ebo, been doing a lot on the ground. More than the government. I'm telling you this for free. More than the government contribution. It has taken us money, internal contribution, for us to still remain in Ebo today. Otherwise, we would have been sacked completely in Ebo residential home. So I would want the government to please add more in terms of security with weapons. Then send standby vehicle that will stay in Ebo, at least 1 or 2 vehicles in Ebo as the epicenter. Then if they should construct road from Amogbu, the name is Amogbu, going to Benue straight with the construction of the road, because I've heard that the governor want to.
So I'm not saying it on that space. If it's true, that is not rumor, and it's not somebody trying to patronize us. They should construct the road from Ebo Amogu to Benue. It will save a lot. Then also make sure there is open dialogue between the local government chairman, at least 5 elders, representative of Ebo Mbuji and other people, with the governor. If that can be done, those people will be taken away. Please, we don't want ranching. We don't want ranching. Ebo don't want ranching. We don't want ranching. The people that killed us cannot come and do ranching in our place. They cannot be forgiven to tomorrow. We don't want ranching. If Produce City want to come, let Produce City come. They are welcome. We want government to equip us with modern farming. So this is what I would like the government to do for us. Thank you very much, Judith, and every other person that contributed.
Thank you, everyone that joined this space. We are 27 minutes behind time schedule. We normally end the space by 10. And dialogue on Enugu happen every Saturday. Jack, do you want to say anything?
Yeah. I wanted to respond to Grandmaster. He called my name and
He's no longer here.
no. I just want to put something very clear. Just to
Okay,
be
please,
clear, so
can
that I
you
will
make
not be
it brief?
frustrated.
Make it very
Just
brief.
2 minutes maximum. 2 minutes maximum.
Okay.
All right. So I just wanted to speak very briefly, even to Obiago. Obiago, right? You talked about that you don't want ranching. So you see, and actually, Kandiba, sometimes I know the open-minded when you come to conversations around national security and how to bring permanent solutions to issues, right? If you look around the world, number one, the Constitution of Nigeria guarantees the movement of every Nigerian to any part of Nigeria. So, which means that automatically you can't restrict anybody from coming to any part of the country.
Those are not bodies, or they are terrorists.
Hold on. Calm down. I mean, I'm trying to make a point. Just listen to me, please. Now, if we have been able to establish the fact that there is guarantee of freedom of movement to any Nigerian, to any part of Nigeria, then you now ask yourself, what other options do we have? Because this is the squabbles. I mean, this has always been the contentious part of the whole argument, right? Now, you come to the other part. I mentioned that if you look at the meat market, the meat industry is a huge industry, right? Argentina is taking advantage of it. Some other countries around the world are taking huge advantage of it. They are exporting meat to other parts of the world. Now, when I said ranching, I didn't say that anybody will come and use any ranch built by the government for free. Ranches are paid for. People are given portions where they rear their cows inside the ranch, and they are paid for. Government tax them. The meat of those cows are even fatter. They are more healthier because they are in an enclosed environment. They have, services like, what's it called? You have services like, what do you call it? Abattoir.
That
Hello.
Somebody that comes with AK-47 to come and kill you.
Hold on.
Is it the person you're
brother.
Like, man?
No, I don't understand the
understand the
ranching that Jack
situation.
is
Like,
talking about. I don't really
hold on.
understand this your ranching.
Hold on.
They should make me the ranching. They should make me the ranching. I want to.
Please, guys, let's calm down. First of all, the reason we came to this space is because of Ihamufu people. First of all, Dialogue of Enugu is not a political space. Let me correct some things before going for. It's not even a political space. It's supposed to be a space to talk about things happening in Enugu and how we should move forward, how to help each other, invest.
Chidera, are you still there? Chidera? Obag, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Jack.
Oh, okay. Chidera, it looks like we lost you. So let me quickly, Chidibem, let me quickly make my point. I'm
Yes,
just
but
trying to explain
just one
something.
caveat, because when you talk about
I heard
freedom
what you
of
said. I
movement,
heard the question you
well,
asked.
I wanted
I
to
heard the
ask
question
you,
you asked.
freedom of movement, does it involve somebody with AK-47?
Exactly, it doesn't. It doesn't. And I want to. I'm
So
coming to that.
you are talking
Hold
about
on.
criminals here, man.
Hold on now. Hold on. That's why I'm coming. You don't understand the point I'm trying to make. I'm going to come to that. Now, the reason why I'm proposing ranching is for two reasons. Number one, the major reason is to end the insecurity once and for all. And I will tell you why that will end the insecurity
Ranching
once and
for
for
who?
all.
For who? For
Hold
who?
on.
Please.
Hold on.
No.
Ranching for
The ranching is
everybody.
for who? Including the people killing them?
Hold on. Hold on.
No,
Hold
I just
on.
need an
Just
answer. Is
listen
it
first.
including the people killing them?
Here, calm down first and listen to me. Jesus. Just listen to somebody's point, then before you question. That's how you do things. I'm saying that this is my personal thoughts, and I'm just trying to explain it so that you understand what I'm saying before you ask your question. I'm saying that once you create ranches, what that does is that anybody that is seen outside that ranch, the person with a cow, the person automatically.
Sorry to interrupt you. There is nothing like ranch. That business idea in that particular place should be dead on arrival. You shouldn't be talking about ranch where hundreds of people are dying. What is more
Exactly.
valuable?
Like,
Is it the life of people, or is it the money? How much, even if $100 billion can it be quantified to the life of one single person? We're talking about saving the life of people that are yet to be killed. So we shouldn't
Okay.
be, there's no business there. Let's forget about it. We can talk about the ranch. I mean, you can see that Bitcoin Chief is setting up his ranch. We can empower more people to set up their ranches. But here you see that kind of business, it should not even be allowed. That you
Be the one to say it, so people don't say I'm being biased. So thank God my brother Uche is here. So I think, can you answer? Okay, before then, you guys, me and Uche, we went to Isuzu today, specifically Ihamofo community, because in Isuzu there's a lot of community, and where this issue is happening is in Ihamofo, and then there's three villages in that community where Fulani Herdsmen seize their land. I think that is Uche Abo. Can you remember the other two? I think
Basically, they
Uboji.
are farm states where they usually farm. So all the communities in the Yamufu, they have different villages, the
Yeah, they have.
community, and they all have the MC where they farm. Ago, they call it Ago. And the Abo Ego, they have many lands. They have kilometers of lands, not even hectares. They have kilometers of land, and that empties into the neighboring state, which is Benue State. And this virgin land is largely unoccupied, and part of the lands are being cultivated by the people. And the interaction we had with the Lordship, Bishop Anglican Diocese of Iyamufu, he made us understand that the community has been quite cosmopolitan in welcoming different people from different background. They had a Hausa community, they had their quarters, they had people from every part of Alibo, living in Ayamuku. And he also gave us insights on how the whole thing started in 2015. They have been living, together peacefully. They have been living with these Fulani people peacefully, and 2015 was the time the whole thing started. And he also gave us breakdown of activities, how these people attack them, at various occasions, and how it resulted to losing properties and lives. And we were there when the people that led government officials, because we didn't even know. I, for one, didn't know that government officials were going to be coming, because the idea was for me to go. I made a tweet asking if there's anybody in the community that I can meet online. And the truth is that when I reached out to some persons, I reached out to Judith and asked what exactly is happening. And after sharing, what they feel that is happening, I said, okay, I'm going to reach out to the people in the community personally to get their own side of the story, because I really wouldn't be basing my story from what the government or people in government are telling me. And thank goodness I did that. So when I made that post, a couple of people from Ihamufu reached out, and they gave me numbers of people that I would call, and I made that call, and the young man was quite excited about that. I told him I was going to come today, and I went and I told Judith, and luckily she was less. She was busy, but she kind of canceled the whole activities and joined us to the journey, to Ihamufu. It was quite a long distance. I never expected it to be that long. I thought it was just within the Enugu city. I didn't know it was quite interior. So the whole point is that they have been living in peace and harmony. They never anticipated there would be any time where Fulani militia would attack them. They never envisaged that. And they have been harboring, accommodating these people, doing business with them. In fact, according to his lordship, that many of them were giving birth in the community, and they speak Igbo, they speak their dialect. So they have fully integrated till 2015. That was when the whole thing happened. And 2015, they started witnessing attack. He said they started by attacking them in the farm, forcing them to give up their produce. They would go to the farm and force them to harvest their food and feed their animals. That was how they started. They were doing that, harassing them, allowing their cows to enter farmlands, and it was a pockets of some of these incidents, and they were reports. They were tendering the reports, and it wasn't really taken seriously. That was during the Iguani's tenure. So the thing now metamorphosed into kidnapping. So they started kidnapping their people for ransom. From there, they started killing. The killing came at around 2021 and 2022 when they started killing, and it became so bad. They reported to the police, and the police would report to the government. Government would call for the meeting, and after meeting, their leaders from the north would say, tell them that they will talk to them and make peace. And at the end of the day, nothing happened, and that was how the whole thing continued until the youth of the community decided to take the laws into their hand, and some of them went and got charms, to protect themselves, to fight these people. And unlucky for them, when they went to meet these Fulani Herdsmen with AK-47, they had their own charms too, and they were defeated. So they went back, and they couldn't stop these people because they have already occupied that portion of land, the place where they cultivate. They call it Ago. Is like a farm settlement where people go and farm. And the nearest village called Abo, is highly affected because the entire village at some point was deserted. The story is gory, it's harrowing because they have lost, in fact, they completely occupy the entire village. They they destroy schools, churches, and so on and so forth. And when they present this thing to the governor at the time, the governor would call, ask them to form militia, that will protect them. And they went home and formed militia within, called the youths, and they formed militia. And the governor provided them with just one single Sienna bus and 6 pump action. That was the only thing the governor of Fulani provided them. And it wasn't enough because they had to, contribute money to boost the security. And when this security was formed at the time, it had approval of the government. So the government gave them approval, and they were able to protect themselves and somehow brought sanity to the community. But what really happened was that when the new governor came in, he brought in military that was stationed in a place they call Obete. And so this military cannot go into these farm states because it does not have the access road that can really, meander into the interior part of the farm state, because it's quite big. It's over 20 kilometers a stretch, from that village to the border. So the thing happens that when they form this militia, that the security details within the community that was supposed to protect them, the chairman, the local government chairman, disrupted disbanded it, and disrupted this the whole thing, and refused to reconvene. In fact, he promised that he's going to bring in a better I don't know. He said he's going to bring a better security architecture that will mercenaries that will protect the community. Unfortunately, he assigned these mercenaries to himself alone. So they have been writing petitions, and the local government chairman has been the one blocking access to the government, refusing to give information to the government, and they have been looking for a way to get the attention to the government. And all their efforts, has been in vain. So a friend at some point, a friend of Bishop came to see him, and on their way going, he was kidnapped alongside with his family, and on their way. So the younger brother threatened to arrest the bishop. So until he provides his brother, because his brother came to see him, happens to be his friend. So he was kidnapped by these Fulani Herdsmen along the road. So they started kidnapping in groups. At some point, they started killing. I mentioned that they started with just forcing the farmers to relinquish their produce, to destroying the farmland, then kidnapping in singles, then started in groups. They will, they usually go to farm in groups. So they will go to farms in group and they kidnap them in group. They now move from there to killing them, then to raping women. When they meet women, they rape them, they do a manner of things. They also put objects into their private parts. So they would force you to leave all their, harvest, all the things they have harvested. And also to tell you to give their cows everything you have. So these are the things that we are doing. So, I said that the whole thing started in 2015 until 2021 when the boys decided to retaliate. So, so at the time when this was happening, in 2021, that was when a place called Obubu failed to them, meaning that they took control of Obubu completely. And they are currently in charge of this whole place that I'm mentioning, all these places that I'm mentioning, the Abo, Ego, and Obubu, and all those farm states, they are currently in control of it. So on Sunday 8th, December 2022, they came to their market. These people came to their market. In fact, and shot everybody, and the whole community was deserted. They called, the governor called them and encouraged them to go and raise security fund and in their community and everything. So the chairman of the local government, like I mentioned earlier, his name is somebody Obiora. I'll get the further names while I'm talking. Maybe I'll remember the name. He's a barrister. So he was the one that this whole thing was handed over to. So he gave them one Sienna, like I mentioned, and 6 pump action. But guess what? the local government chairman took the Sienna, took the pump action, and never, allowed them to operate. In fact, at some point, he claims that he was going to bring special squad. The local government chairman claimed that he was going to bring a special squad, and that special squad, he is currently using it only for himself, to secure himself. So they are used, like I said, started using juju to face this Fulani because they couldn't do any other. They felt that the leaders in the community have failed them, so they went to sort out for juju to face this Fulani, and they were finished off. They were leveled. They were exterminated. Some refused to come back to the community and left and never came back. So on that 19th of December 2020, they started attacking everyone. The whole community was deserted. The Abo community is completely deserted. So I'm talking to you. Nobody lives there. Their buildings are all destroyed. In fact, we met some indigents of Abo community. I met somebody, Barrister Ngene, who is from Abo. He told me, I got his phone number in the process while we were talking. He told me that the situation is very bad, that nobody is in their community. Even the aged and old women are going around begging for alms. The bishop said something, that got me emotional. He said that whenever he goes out, he would see there are people begging for alms, at every bus stops and at every station. They are everywhere begging for alms. They are scattered all over the.
Okay, please take your DM. Sorry to cut you.
Okay.
Okay. So Uche.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you so much for the very, very detailed insight. So this communal issue, I think it kind of happens everywhere. Just that it's not everywhere that makes the news. And the approach to it should be a little bit different. So because I know of course, we didn't have any encounter with the Fulanis, but in my own community, we had a kind of a situation, right? So, and that situation was could have been difficult if we let it escalate. You understand? So because that one, him and my own place, I want to be anywhere like Akuke or Wane is still part of my village. You understand? Manango is short. Even where government house is situated is still part of my village. You understand? So what happened is, I think after the war, we kind of let Ndi Akuke to come and settle. Now that place has settled. You understand? And over the years, they now started dragging different lands. We went to the court and went to conjunction. You understand? Came with the court injunction. We won the case. Still, they refused. Next thing I've waited people like 100 men armed. Now, boys, guys, Icheki farms, they will scare them away. Sure, even with my friend, he had to run. So we didn't even know what the problem was. So we let Takai discover now our own community leadership. The people now feel this thing was the vice president and the secretary, but their agents. So when they do all those things, they will sell land illegally, LSA the land, they will make money. So they have been doing this thing for years. We didn't know. You get. So later we now engage different kind of things. So we even have to go and engage in their cookie because we have to go and spy them. Engage is here to find out because at the end of the day, there were deals, there were promises, and there's constant information that they have that convinces them to continue to do what they want to do. So when we now have to go and go to them, let's now be frank. I'm not going to able the issue. That was when they started releasing a lot of information. So immediately we disembarked. We now had an emergency meeting, end the other tenor immediately. We removed everybody from leadership, create a temporal leadership before a major election in December. So since then up to today, everywhere have been extremely peaceful. So relating it to this particular one, things were smooth until at some point in 2021, from what I'm hearing. That means Those people, because at the end of the day, they are Fulanis here, but they are still human beings. There is a conversation, there is a promise, there is an agreement that they had with somebody, probably unknown, or some people unknown. And what they are doing is protecting themselves. Because somebody who probably must have paid money or had different agreements and deals, or even in exchange of cows or something, then all of a sudden, some people don't want to come and chase them away. It's almost impossible. And because you did not have the core root foundation of the thing, because I don't believe that you get the true information, even if you live for there in 1 month, maybe by then you start getting a deeper insight. So maybe those information, Emezie engage. Let's even understand the motivation behind all those their attacks, because there is something they are defending. I
So,
don't
so
believe it.
I get you. I actually asked that question because it was one of the major core reason why I embarked on this journey, because I felt that well, while I was discussing with the members of the community, because I spoke to not less than 5 persons, different persons, and I keep asking them about local collaborators. I keep asking them, are there anything that gives them impression that someone within the community is in the know of this attack? Because they have boundary, they share boundary with Benue. And there's a community that shares boundary with them in that Benue, and they don't experience this attack. So the question is,
Hi.
Yes, what I'm saying is what no, in my head, this is just like a more like the first phase of engagement. Because at the end of the day, from what I've seen, this issue have lingered for a very long time. And the best thing for this issue is to create, because to be frank, also government, MTA, 82 div to come to that place, yeah, it will never solve it. It will, I can guarantee you it will never. So even if they live there, it can be a temporary ceasefire. Once they shift, they will see a strong reprisal attack.
Alex, oh yeah, I'm sorry for cutting you short. So that Obiago joined this space, Chibuzo Obiago. He's from Isuzo, not just Isuzo, not just Ihamofo. He's actually from the Obiago, please take the mic and introduce yourself.
All right.
Please. He have like a lot of first-hand information on what is happening. At least as a citizen of the land, I think we should hear from him before we can proceed. Thank you.
All right.
Obiago, you can have the floor.
Okay. Thank you, Judith. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Divine. Good evening, Ibo Bine. Ekele Munulolu Bine. So, and I want to first thank all of you, those that have been fighting for us right from December, when I cried out to space, people on space, because of people that were killed, including my 2 uncles. And so many people have been fighting. And my special greeting will always go to Ndubusi, who believed my story and carried it consistently. He never turned me down each time I called. So I want to say thank you to everybody. Then thank you, Anambra First Son, for visiting my community. At least you would have told me so that we'll give you our water. And thank you, Judith, for coming as well. I really appreciate. Thank you for coming to confirm things with yourself. Sorry, we have to fight on our DM. Yeah, but it's necessary. But I'm happy you've gone to confirm everything.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Judith. I think
yeah, I
it's
think
network.
he's no longer in the. I can't hear him anymore. I thought it was actually network.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Please continue.
Okay. Yeah, I joined Anambra. Son was narrating how he visited my place. So I'm happy that you visited them. First, I want to please correct something from Alex. You talked about communal clash. That is not communal clash. We don't have communal clash in Ihamufu. We are not sharing boundary with Fulani Herdsmen. We did not sell land to Fulani Herdsmen. Like every other Fulani that travel to different parts of the country and stay there as long as they can till they start destroying people's things. So they visited us as at when I was young, over 30 years ago, that I got to know about them. And since then, they've been around. We never had problem with them. We never attacked them. We never had issue with their cow. They come to our markets, sell their franono, buy our things, go back till, like, let me say 10 years ago, when we started having some challenges with them. From there, they started attacking our people. But the thing escalated 2022. I'm trying to cut everything short because I want to just give the most important, tell the most important truth here. Now, 2022, when they had the serious massacre. So for Brother Alex, it's not a communal clash. It is pure Fulani Herdsmen attack that was treated with kid gloves and was allowed to escalate from the time of Ugwany down to the time of His Excellency Pitamba. So we've been having issues from the attack of 2022 that led to the killing of more than 100 people from different communities, at least from our own village. I know there are more than, I don't want to exaggerate. I will only say what I have fact. I've posted the names and numbers of people that I was able to get from my own investigation to attach to my own uncle that was killed. And they're on my page, they're on my Facebook page. The names are on my Facebook page for somebody, anybody that wants to verify and confirm their families and their and their places. You can confirm. There are more than 40 people that were killed in Ebo community. And Ebo community happened to be the epic center of this Fulani Herdsmen attack. Other places, I don't know, been able to handle their own. They will come from the bush where they are, that is in Bede community. Ashinu, Ogomugu, and other communities, then come down to our residential place. They've been carrying the attack like that consistently from that 2022 down till today, as I'm talking to you. So it's not a communal clash. It's pure Fulani men attack.
Yes, Obagwe, I understand this is a pure attack. You understand? I mean, you are one person in the entire community. I'm sure that Naima engaged like 100 persons. There will be different perspectives, which I understand, because the whole purpose of this conversation is there need to be a permanent solution. People cannot just
No, wait first, bros. Yeah. Bros, wait. There will not be different perspective from communal clash to Fulani Herdsmen attack. Unless it is a paid agent. Is my community. Ebo is my community. Nguji is my community. Ahmed is my community. Umuhu is my community. Iheny is my community. Ihamufu, as I am speaking, is not having communal clash for the house. It's not having communal clash. So I want that to be laid to rest. Then we can go ahead to discuss.
But then it's not even about what I'm even saying is Ima, something this is, I may be completely wrong. Don't try to misunderstand me. I may be completely wrong. It's just based on logic. What I'm saying is For people all of a sudden to come and invade, to come and kill people, I feel that men were something trigger. It can be something, maybe a deal from somebody, just like what happened in Ozobolo. I been at church and they killed a lot of people. It was later I discovered this is what happened. What I'm saying is that when going on a community way, a form of like an arrangement or deal or something, something. I don't know if you get me. So that maybe because this can help get to the root of it. Because I don't really believe that some set of people can just come just for no reason, for nothing, to just start killing people in that mass. That this is just my thought. I may be completely
Okay,
wrong.
okay. On that aspect, um, I want to say one thing. Don't forget that our community is bordering with Benue, and Benue has always been one of the states in Nigeria under serious Fulani Herdsmen attack. So I want to believe that as Benue people push them out, some entered our place, and because they could not be allowed to operate comfortably, recently they started the attack. Now, I will not dispute what you said about maybe somebody had a deal with them, but I will not also be here to tell you that I am aware of the deal. There is flying accusation going on left and right, which I can't talk about that here. I've told Judith something that she had already carried some investigation on her own. So there are things I cannot speak on in this space now. And don't forget, my local government chairman is not here, and I am not the local government chairman. I'm not the community leader. I am a concerned citizen, making sure that any killing, attack from Fulani herdsmen is not buried on the ground or twisted by anybody. That is my only priority. That is my only purpose of coming to social media. Anybody trying to twist it, I will run there and say, no, it's a lie. But every other detailed story about people who might be sponsoring the Fulani herdsmen or who must have paid them or who want to use them and acquire our land or who want to partner with them and do produce city business, that I won't discuss here. If the governor and the local government chairman want to get a full story, full detail of what is going on in Ihamufu, he will do it. Just 1 month, he will do it. No leader, nobody can stop you from taking any decision. If they want to use Ihamufu for produce city, let them go direct to the people. Discuss with the relevant authorities. Discuss with the leaders, not selected few. And not people that are already playing some politics with them. When I mean them, including the governor or the local government chairman or private individual for their own. The government know what to do to stop the insecurity. I am not believing that it's not stoppable. And that's why I don't want to start blaming, saying this one, this one. No, come and develop a Hamufu hinterland. Come and develop our farmland. Our people are open. 80% of our people are ready to welcome Enugu State to come and develop this our farmland. Bring in security, either army barrack or police barrack. Give the village people modern equipment, farming equipment. Sign a deal that is transparent with the community and allow the community live, farm their farming in peace. It's very simple. I don't know if I'm still audible.
Yes,
I
you
can,
are. You are
I
audible.
Yeah,
Can I
yeah.
engage
I
you,
can,
Oga?
I can hear
Can I
you.
Oh,
engage you a
I
little
can
bit?
hear you.
can I
I
come in
think
Can I
here?
engage you, please?
Obiago.
Can I?
Yeah, can I
Obiago.
engage you?
Yeah,
Can I?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you, and your points are very, very valid. You just said something that makes sense. I mean, that I just picked. There are already some internal investigations going on. I think those investigations, if it's finally completed, you understand, and hopefully the government will now pay more attention to that place. If it's finally completed, I get root to the root of that thing. Because I've seen a lot of these patterns, both in my own, both in neighboring communities. There's always somebody inside who is very selfish and wicked that is partnering with them for some strange, crazy reasons. So, with adding analog will get to the root of that. You will see that this whole issue will have like a natural death. Because this issue probably have existed even before Guruguru. They're just that now it has not gotten to this
Escalated.
point. Yes.
Yeah.
We go deal because it has always been the pattern. When I know self now one neighboring community, in my head is so cool. You would never know. And there's somebody died now that one. No. What we one shrine AJL, somebody bought the shrine where I got Omok na River State, where a miracle. Nobody ever had an idea of any of these things. So they made the deal. Was the also so long and short of it, and but then we didn't even know that name we one shrine AJL. So what I'm saying is there's always it is a pattern across from what I've studied. And patterns are usually always near accurate. So make handle
I
your internal investigation.
okay,
Discover
okay,
the root
okay,
causes. It will
okay.
help.
Sorry, I wrote something. I think 3 days ago, calling 3 people in my community, and because those 3 people in my community has been accusing themselves left and right, and I said,
Okay.
why they're accusing themselves? Fulani Herdsmen are busy doing what they are doing. I don't know doing what they're doing now.
What are they accusing themselves of?
The local government chairman is accusing some people that he's trying to disrupt or scuttle his plan, his developmental plan for our community. Why the people are accusing the local government chairman of going to make deals without involving the community leaders? Then
Okay.
I called the local government chairman and told him that I want him to come to space. One of the leaders said, yes, he should come to space. They want to dialogue. They want to talk. The local government chairman said he's not a space person. I should come to our local government. And I had already left Enugu by then. Then I told him, okay, I will make an appointment. I'll come and see, because he said he will show me some things. He told me that he went to China to bring in people who want to make billion-dollar investments. Although I know that billion-dollar investment is not possible, because I don't think the whole of Enugu state is having billion-dollar investments, let alone my local government. That is for him until I verify that. So, but I don't want us to just remain on that. My campaign is Peter Mbah should investigate the local government chairman, investigate our PG, investigate the youth leader, investigate another leaders. What are they doing with? I'm coming. What are they doing with things given to them? Because they have.
Obago, let me ask you a question. Is there any PG that is active in your community? Is there any constitutional union that is active?
There is PG. There is PG in my community. The local government told me that he has a PG, but he's not allowing him to spend money because he wants to monitor the expenses.
What about the Igwe?
There is Igwe in our community. We have Igwe, strong Igwe, but the people are saying the Igwes don't have say. The local government chairman don't respect or recognize the Igwe. That is what people are saying. I am not saying that, because I don't want to sound as if I'm backing anybody.
Okay. See, let me tell you what I gathered, because this is me, a neutral person. I'm not from your community. I gathered this information from a lot of people that I spoke to, not just people I spoke to today. Now, the thing is this: there is a very serious problem between the chairman of the local government and the leadership of the community. The leadership of the community are being regarded as the opposition, quote unquote, opposition, right? Because the majority of them backed the governor or governorship candidate who comes from there in the last term. The local government chairman happens to be the that supported Peter Mbah. Now, any other person that speak anything towards bringing what is happening in the community to bear is branded opposition.
Yeah.
Opposition. So that branding of opposition, you know, you start looking at the core message. The problem now when local government who positions himself as the only person that is that should speak what will happen, what should happen in the community because he belongs to the right, quote unquote, the right political party, has been the one giving the information to the government. This is what I'm getting, right? Now, we can have the government at the center, that is the state government, get direct information from the people. If Pitamba hears directly from the people what is actually going on in the community. In fact, the people believe that if governor hears about this, they told me directly, but the man told me, listen, is it Pitamba that I know that if he hears what's happening in this community, that he is going to put a stop to it, that he has not been allowed to hear the cries of the people. There has been a strong force obstructing him from accessing. So this is the major core of the problem. Now, another question that I raised that is very key, and I'm asking every member of the community to step forward. You think or know someone from the community who is a strong collaborator with this alien? Because this thing didn't just start happening yesterday. It's
okay, let me tell you. Okay, let me answer you this now from what I asked my local government chairman. I spoke to my local government chairman, I think last week, and all these things that you said, I brought them to him because he wasn't giving me time to talk. He was telling me I'm going to meeting, and I've been chasing him for like 1 month. So I asked him one question. I asked him, who is Sani? Because our people are making a serious allegation that the Produce City project is being sold to Sani. And to them, Sani is somebody that is collaborating with the Fulani people. And it's not for the interest of the people, that he's a northerner. Even though from what I heard, from what I investigated, Sani happened to be our person that ran away from their home. Then Fulani man adopted him. Then he grew up with them. From there, start having business with them. And today the guy is very rich. The guy is fucking rich. So now that is on that aspect. But remember, it's just an allegation. Allegedly. Now, I asked the local government chairman, who is Sani? He said, Sani, I asked him, sir. They said you sold, you are partnering with Sani for the Produce City project. He said that is Sani the owner of the company, that they are just talking rubbish. This. I should come down and see the document and see everything myself. I then said, okay, I will come down. So the state government, even if you call our people to come forward, who is the person that will come forward? Without us seeing the documents of the names of the individuals, the companies coming to partner with the Hamufu for Produce City projects. That is what the community needs. If they are not comfortable with the name or the companies that are partnering with them for Produce City, they will tell Pitamba himself, this person that I'm seeing here, we don't like him. This is the reason we don't like him. Pitamba will remove him. I think the villagers have, the village has rights to say this kind of person and this kind of person, we don't trust him. We can't go into deal with him. Don't forget, they already had a deal with the local government chairman that some of our Igwe signed. Then some of our people that went to school came back, saw the deal that they had, and told our people that what you people sign is deceitful deal. It's not for your favor. Then our people told the man, withdraw that thing back. The Igwe said it has gone far. He cannot withdraw it. They took him to court. The case is in the court. So all of this coming, whether we're coming front, like I'm telling you now, it will not make any sense until the governor come direct and meet the people and ask them. And we have people, at least carry 10 people from different political party, village, and different endeavor. Business people, politicians, educated ones, journalists from our place. Carry them, let them have round table discussion. What is it that we are not agreeing that is still making these people stay in the bush? Tell us so that we can have this deal once, then develop your place so that the strangers can leave. I think with this discussion, we should be able to have peace in our land.
Obiago, I would like to engage you on something. So yeah, this whole issue
Yeah, I
is
don't know if I
sad,
can comment.
and yeah, you can come in. I want to ask him something. Like in everything was saying, I've not heard the Senator Honorable Kevin Chuku. I've not heard the House of Rep member Professor Paul
Nnabuchi, sorry,
I've not
Nnabuchi.
Yeah, I've not heard, and Gabriel Nabichi Eze. These three people are representing the state, the local government, and then the senator and the House of Rep are representing in the federal level. In as much as we know that security is still a federal issue, and yes, we're expecting to hear something like a revolution or something from the people representing in the federal house, and nobody is even tagging them, nobody is calling their name, nobody is. Yes, I know that the governor is the chief security officer of the state, and I don't doubt the fact that he could actually handle this or do something about it, which I am very certain that a lot of security measures are already happening. The deputy governor was in Ihamufu today, the
Okay.
SP on security
Thank you very much.
was in Ihamufu today, and they didn't just come to Ihamufu, they also went to the farm. What do you call it? Is it the farm city? The farm settlement.
So we met these two security guys that came around, and they told us that they took these government officials to the land. But they saw
the farm
Fulani herdsmen with their cattle.
Yeah.
Saw them with their
They said they even saw about 1,500 cows, a lot of cows, and this Fulani
they saw all
herdsmen
these things with
guns.
their eyes. So they took them directly to that particular place. They also saw those buildings that were destroyed, the churches, the schools, and everything.
Yeah, and those churches there. And for the first time, this is the first time the government official is going to the farm settlements.
Okay, let me
the history of this started happening.
Okay, let me come in here.
Obiago, before you continue, can you allow some of us to maybe chip in into the conversation?
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Thank you. My network hasn't really been great, so I was going off and on, but I heard most of the conversation. So let's get this thing very clear. For whatever challenges or whatever deals that were signed, blah, 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 what I want to confirm is that as of today, that you have cases of Fulani herdsmen killing people of the Hamufu. Am I correct?
Very correct, 100%.
Okay, fantastic. So if this is the case, then I am personally, please, I hope I'm allowed to say my mind. I am personally disappointed in the administration of Governor Peter Mba. This is my personal opinion.
No.
Hold on.
Jack, wait. Okay.
Can you allow me, please just allow me to bear my mind, right? I'm not going to insult anyone. Hold on, I'm not insulting anyone.
Okay,
I'm
go
not
on.
Go
insulting
ahead. Go
anyone.
ahead.
Go
I'm
on.
not
No,
insulting
sorry,
anyone.
sorry
Hold
about
on,
that.
sir.
Sorry for interjecting you. Sorry for interjecting you. Sorry. Sorry.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
But you see, some things need to be said. And, if we don't say these things, right, these things will continue happening. Now, let me say this. One of the biggest and the most important, characteristics of a leader is empathy. Sometimes it's not even about the road you're building and whatever. It is about your response, the fact that you care about the people you're leading. So if you ask me, I am personally particularly disappointed because this is not the first time these killings have been happening. And personally, I used to believe that this so-called, that the things I see on the news are not really true. I personally do not believe that. And the reason why I usually don't believe that is because I know that, some of these our you understand, Biafra, most of the time they falsify news just to paint the Ugwu bad, you understand? So that that now, and all of that. So if these things are actually true and they are confirmed, what I expect is that for the past 3 days, you are just telling me that it is today that government officials are going to Ihamufu. That is unacceptable. We should not be able to accept barest minimum as Igbo. The government should actually understand what needs to be done and do it at the right time and when it needs to be done. If people were actually killed through, the government should have moved the next day to at least listen to the people and assure them that they are ready to protect them. That is what should be done, for goodness sake. We should not be here, painting anyone, siding anybody. This is balderdash. You can't be doing this. This is not acceptable. And Enugu youth and Ndibo, young people from South, should not be accepting this bare minimum leadership from anybody. Governors should know that the very first thing they should be doing is protection of life and property. If you're not protecting the people you're leading, who are you building infrastructure for? For goodness sake. We shouldn't be accepting this.
Okay, Jack, can I come in here? I understand what you're saying, but first of all, I want to let you know that some things were exaggerated. I was in Ihamufu today with Uche. What happened in Ihamufu last week? There was a rape case of 2 women in Ihamufu at the farm settlement. And then I think like a guy that came to see his mom that was farming at the farm settlement, and the Fulani Herdsmen attacked him. This was what have happened within the past 2 weeks. And Obiagu, you're here with me, so you're from the community, and I am not lying about it. It's sad, yes, it's very sad, but the way the media is painting it as if there have been like an open fire or a full killing on people,
Judith, sorry.
not true.
Judith, let me come in, please. I need to respond to Jack. Jack, thank you very much. First, I want to say that Peter Mba has not been fully informed of what is happening. I want to give him that. I want to kind of defend him on that area. Media have not done enough to make sure that our news get to the spotlight. I think I will make bold to say this. I happen to be the one that shared the first story of this protest that attracted about 200 sharing. I'm not a media person, even though I studied communication, but there are media organizations all over there. And I keep shouting in my community, in my place, say, Hamufu, please keep pushing our story so that they will know what is happening. So I think the blame here is that the problem here is that we've not had enough media representatives taking our story to the state government and the federal level.
Obiago.
Then I'm coming. Then on the issue of the senator not speaking for us, that one I would say it is deliberate for Professor Paul Nnamchi not to speak for us. It is deliberate. I don't know what they're gaining for keeping quiet. I don't know what is their involvement. I don't know. Kevin as well. Keeping quiet, theirs is deliberate. Then Judith, I want to allow you continue. I will not always accept where you say these things, there is exaggeration. Please, I'm not comfortable you using that language. And I will not accept it anywhere. The protest held 3 days ago, or sorry, a day ago, for 2 days, 2 to 3 days, was not exaggeration, and it did not come because of
I
I'm
didn't
coming,
say
I'm
I didn't
coming,
say
I'm
the
coming,
protest
I'm
was
coming,
not
I'm
heard.
coming, I'm
I didn't
coming.
even
Obiago,
say
I think
anything
it's
about the
important to allow
protest.
others to speak because the
I didn't
purpose
say the
of this
protest was not heard.
conversation.
I know the protest was heard because
Yeah.
of the rape case that
It's
happened
not because
and
of
the
the rape
situations
case.
that have been
No,
happening
it is
before. Now,
not.
can you
No,
let me
it is
finish?
not because of
Can
the
you
rape
let
case.
Excuse
me
me,
finish?
Obiago,
I have
can
not
you
even
let
finished my
others speak?
conversation. I just said there was a protest. Yes, the women of Yamufu came out and protested. The video is online. People we went there will confirm. And it happened because of the rape case and the previous issues that have been happening in Yamufu. I only say that the past 2 weeks, a lot have been exaggerated in the media, and people have bringing videos of things that happened last year. Nobody is doubting the fact of what is happening in Yamufu since 2015. Um, Fulani Herdsmen decided to move into Ihamufu and issues of, and
It's
then
not
the event that happened in
2015.
2021
They've been
to
there
2022.
for more than before 2015. Continue.
Okay, thank you. But the first open fire in Hiamufu and everything happened during the last administration, during Uguay's administration,
Yes,
ending of 2021 to 2022.
22.
If I have my facts right, I'm seeing this whole thing. We have something happened on December 8th, 2021, and 27th December, right?
2022 as
Are you
well.
there?
Yes, I'm with you.
Yes,
The major massacre
2022.
happened 2022.
Yes, first of all, there was a one in the 8th of December 2022,
Yeah,
then 18th of December in 2022.
yeah,
And since then, people in Ihamufu deserted from their village
yeah.
and their farm and left it for. And these Fulani people have been in that farm settlement till then. Then, since then, there have not really been any open massacre, except the fact that if people want to go and farm there, they have maybe
There
confrontations
was
with Fulani
open massacre
herdsmen. Right?
2024,
When in 2024?
December 2024.
That
That
was
was
not an
when,
open massacre. The one that happened on 27th September 2024,
were you
not
giving the numbers
December.
that were killed?
I have my
No,
dates
no.
here. I
Were
was
you
even
giving, at
giving
least
number,
mention
but
the
they said it
numbers?
was.
No, at least mention the numbers. So
I don't have any
that
numbers
was
here.
when my uncle
What
was killed.
was
That was when my uncle alive was shot
that
on the hand.
27th September 2020, and it happened in the farm settlement, right?
Yes,
Not in villages where people are. It happened in the farm
yes,
settlement.
yes.
Thank you. Please, let's be getting our facts right. I'm not saying that what is happening is bad. If I want to be biased, I will not go to Ihamufu today. I won't risk myself to take myself to Ihamufu. Just me and Uche. No security, nothing. Just the both of us to Ihamufu. Only to go there. And goodness Lord, the deputy governor was also there and the estate on security was also there. So all I'm saying is that I am not denying the fact of there was a protest or there were women farming and there was rape issue in the in Yamufu last week, or somebody, one of the sons that went to visit his mother in the farm settlement, had an interrogation with the Fulani Herdsmen, and he was shot. This is the fact of what happened within the past 2 weeks. Am I lying, Obiago?
Continue.
So what I am saying is that our people are pushing videos of things that happened last year, last 2 years,
Because
to
you
paint a
know why,
certain
you know why, you
narrative,
know why,
Hello,
you know
which
why.
I am
Judith,
not
Because
comfortable with.
it
it's
is only the
Obiago.
opportunity they have to push the video. Because those people killed,
If you're
nobody
going
pushed
to
the
push
video.
a video out, Obiago,
Right.
if you're going to
Obiago.
put a video out there, there should be facts backing it. And it should be that,
No,
yes, this
hello, Judith.
happened. And
Judith,
there
I
is a
think
date.
Judith.
Yes, sir.
Judith, I think I'm the one that asked this question,
Yeah.
right? And my purpose of asking this question is not to spend 5 days trying to analyze, you understand, things without moving forward. The point is, what is the problem? Can we have a solution on a permanent solution? Discuss on possible ways to be able to end this.
So
Because if we keep reiterating on these things, we will probably never get anywhere. people, it is quite unfortunate. Ideally, nobody should have died. In short, we are talking about the Hamufu. It's probably because they are the ones that have gotten to the media. There are so many ones that haven't gotten to the media yet. The point is that we need to stop these things. The government, honestly, they're actually trying their best. I don't know them. I don't know what they are doing. But from some of the things I've heard, they're actually trying their best. Just that some cases are very complex. It's just like saying stopping shooting in America, school shooting in America. It happens in almost every administration. But the point is that this whole thing, Fulani Herdsmen coming to invade that community, this is something that is stoppable, right? And this is the kind of discussions and engagements we should be looking at. Let no other soul perish because of
Alex,
this thing. We can't afford to lose one other person again.
Alex,
So how can we solve this thing? So I
Alex,
think this is where I want us to put a lot of our energies on so that we don't start saying they share, they didn't share.
Alex,
All these things, I don't think it leads us anywhere.
Alex,
Thank you.
me.
Hello. Am I audible?
You can go on.
Yes.
Yes, I can
Yeah,
hear you.
100%.
So let me chime in here, please. Like I asked his lordship, I wanted to know if there are local collaboration, if there is possible local collaboration, and he said something. He said, "I am not going to deny if there is anything like that, but I am not going to also accept it because I do not have evidence." But here is the thing. There is something that I am pointing out. I am very bold on that because a lot of hands are pointing at this particular individual. Remember, somebody was sent to address the women, right? The name of the person is Barrister Zubike Udo. He was sent to address the women. And he told the people that what is happening cannot even be solved by the government. Do you understand? Now, the person that sent him happens to be the chairman, local government chairman. And I have been pointing out, if you pay attention to what I've been saying, I need Enugu, Ehiamufu to put the local government chairman on the hot seat. Let him come out and tell us what exactly is going on in his constituency. He is the one in charge of that local government. He is the one in charge of that area. He gives information to the government. The information that the government uses to operate comes from him. If he says to government that nothing is happening, what is happening is not serious, that political opponents are using the insecurity they are politicizing the insecurity, that because they didn't support you, government is likely going to believe him. Let us understand how this information flows, because when I was talking to Zeni is a young lady that gave me the phone number of the person that led us into the community. And because a lot of people discouraged me because of how risky it's actually a lonely road. So it's quite risky, to be honest. So the young lady, when I was discussing with her, I told her that, look, there's a way this thing works. That if a particular group of people are in support of what is happening, they will never ever going to tell the government the truth, especially if they have access to the government, especially if they are the one the government trusts with the information. Because if there is anything that happens in any part of Nigeria, somebody from China will say Nigeria, right? And if you come into Nigeria, you will ask where exactly is the state. And if you want to know anything happening in that state, say Enugu State, you call Peter Mba first. And when you come into Enugu State and Peter Mba wants to know where exactly is happening, you look for the local government, right? And that is why this local government chairman, Obiora, should be called to answer questions. His name is Barrister Obiora Obago. If we can invite him on Twitter Space, we should invite him here. The government, the governor, for example, according to the leadership of the community, said to me that, look, when the governor came in 2023, he brought military, and somehow the whole escalation stopped for a while, and people were going back to their farms again. Unfortunately, the military couldn't go into interior parts of that farmland, but at least they stationed there to protect people who are going to the farm and coming back. And somehow the whole threats and everything reduced drastically. However, this military left on the day Nigeria protested end governance. During the end governance protest, they left. The entire military
And bad
bad government, sorry, they left. So according to them, the military at Ogbete, the name of the place is called Ogbete. I wrote that down. They left and they now returned with very few military personnel, as against the number of military personnel that were stationed there in earlier. So now they came back fewer. As a matter of fact, they are now saying that these military are going after their women. They are no longer doing what they are brought to do. So what I'm saying is that my business in this whole thing is to find the root cause of it, because there is no problem that you see that is happening anywhere that does not have a root cause. So what are the possibility of the root causes? Possibility of the causes of this problem? Number one, there are local collaborators. We must look at this. If there are any, we point them out, finger them out. Then those who are supposed to give information, relay information to the government to act on. We have to get reason why they didn't do all of that. What is their intention? Why have they been, absolving governor or the government at the center from accessing information or getting access to the information? Why was the security architecture that was set up by the government dissolved? Who dissolved it and what intention? And he promised that he was going to come up with an alternative, and he never did. Why? These are the questions. And these questions is going straight to one individual, and that is the local government chairman. I am from Anambra State. I am not from Enugu State, but this is what I'm getting from every individual that I've spoken to. I collect all their numbers.
Okay.
I got all the phone numbers. So I will still be speaking to them, asking them these questions, because I really want all of us to know where these questions are going to. There is an individual, someone who's supposed to relay information to the governor, and he has not been doing that. In fact, he has been telling government that things that are happening are politically motivated.
God bless you.
Now, we want to know, why is he doing that? So it's no longer between him and the governor. It's not between him and the rest of Ndi Igbo who are asking him, why is he telling the government that these things are politically motivated? Whereas the Fulani Herdsmen are occupying our land. Why are they occupying our land? And they are telling government that this thing is politically motivated. That's what I want us to look at. So when we look at this thing from this prison, we will begin to see what exactly is going on. Thank you.
Sorry, let me add to what you said now. You're going to help me, if it's possible for us to call the local government chairman. You're going to call another person, the youth president, Simon Egba.
The full name of the youth president is what?
The youth president, Simon Egba, Simon Egba. Then you're going to call another person, Obona Simon. These are people that you need to call that hardly see face to face with the local government chairman. They have every detail about our community. I've heard from both of them, and I cannot tell you that I want to take one side. I will only blame one person, even if the two other leaders did something wrong or they are not trying to collaborate with him. I expect the local government chairman to have reached out to people who will call the two people to order. Now, because the local government chairman refused to do that, which I believe he has reason for that, those two other people seem not to be finding it easy. How can you have a local government chairman? Then you will form his security. Then another security will be formed. You have two security in just one place, not a state, one local government. So 2 of them need to come on space and speak to, 3 of them need to come to
No,
speak
no,
and
no.
speak to
I
us.
don't think. I don't think this is a space thing. I think this is where the governor now has to step in. Like this information, Chidera, that you are getting, this is where governor actually have to now invite them and now have an intense dialogue. At that point, let all their, because that conflict is important. Even a conflict is open up. Let that conflict happen. Let him spend all the time and hear all every single thing. He's not even if he requires that conversation will take 5-10 hours, because this thing is actually that important. Let that dialogue happen. And this time around, let more people be there. By the time we make it to this dialogue, we are taking down. I mean, he's not talking to fools, or they are not talking to fools. They are taking down. You start getting closer to the root of this problem. So that it may Hana, because at the end of the day, even both the president general, some of these people, they may end up changing them. But once you get to the root, they hit the root also, then the phone at this thing will just go. So
That
I
is
think
it.
that conversation
That
must
is
let
it.
it be with the governor himself, because governor will be the chief security officer of the entire state. So let them, he have brought his to that space. It's not even something they get on a phone. Let them have that intensity. Even the Igwe should be there. Let them have that debate. From that debate, I think we can have more meaningful progress. This is basically what I'm expecting from this conversation, and I think we are gradually getting there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone. I think we would like to hear from other people. I think Metus Igwe have been raising his hand, and Chidube. Metus, you can have the mic. It's an open
Okay, thank
conversation.
you, Juliet, and thank you for everyone setting up this space. Yeah, so it's unfortunate that we live in a part of the world where we don't place values, human life. So I remember in 2020, I think October 2020, an American citizen was kidnapped somewhere in northern state, and they had to deploy special forces to go and rescue that citizen, and in the process, killing about 7 of the abductors and all of that. So Ehamufu is a place I stayed. I stayed at some point before I got into university. And on Ehamufu, I think the College of Education. I did the photography then before I got admission into ESUT. So it's actually at the time, some of these remote villages, there are places where people can come and then maybe attack and then, easily get away. Just like Obiago also has said that then we boundary with maybe Benue State. And then we should not also take the issues of Fulani banditry as a thing. I local government chairman. In fact, state governors struggle to curtail challenges that associate with these people. We saw what happened during the last dispensation with the former governor of Benue State, how he was almost also killed. So for me, I think it's a Nigerian thing. Nigeria is not, for me, designed to succeed. And if you look at a lot of things that are happening, you just ask yourself, it is not a big issue if we really want to tackle security. Anambra State used to be one of the most dangerous places until P2B came. You can hardly have Imam Bunwaba, maybe not P-Wake once it's 6 o'clock in Onitsha, whatever. You can't do that. But a leader who is compassionate came and then fought it with his life because of the commitment he has, for good governance. Again, I'm not saying maybe Peter Mbao is not, so it's like I say, it's a Nigerian thing. At some point, I knew with my little voice, I had to advocate for what you call, if we cannot have state police. And I can say that if we have state police today, 80% of insecurity in Nigeria will be curbed. But people will not be comfortable with state police because they see a bigger picture. People want to control state governors, state governments from Abuja, and they know that if they give them some level of independency, they cannot be able to control them. Because security is local. You do not need to have a man from Osun State or from even Anambra, close to as close as Anambra, to come and be a security person in Hamufu, where he does not know anything about. So again, except it is a deliberate, stupid act of maybe Umunne, who decides to be killing themselves in the name of maybe bringing outsiders to commit atrocities in the aim of trying to gain maybe one political relevance or whatever relevance as it is. Because again, in your monkey banana the easy or in a terrible problem. Because if you begin to invite these guys and they get used to maybe material gains from it, you can no longer be able to control them. They now form a base and then begin to harness other opportunities. So again, it calls for good enough for this space, because I hear a lot of some of this information from Sahara reporters. Even the man who is saying that media do not carry them, they carry them. If you go to Sahara reporter, you see this news. And if you want to pick Enugu, if you want to move Enugu from 4.4 billion to 30 billion economy, you will do that by securing every inch of Enugu state. Because if there's a news, it will not be Hamufu, it will not be in Kano, it will not be in Kalagri, it will be Enugu state. Sahara will not tell you Hamufu, Obagu, it will just say Enugu state. So again, I believe that the governor or his agents have also insiders. Again, this to me, with the level of information I have, is something that cannot totally be called by governor, but he has a lot to do as, of course, the chief security of Enugu state. We can have local vigilantes, and this is why I'm comfortable with the southwestern governors. With every element, they are decisive with respect to leadership. So if we cannot, maybe if Peter Mbak, to an extent, I see his body language has been doing a lot. But if we cannot collaborate with our sister states to fight insecurities, we can at local levels. There is nothing. We go to during elections, I will go to wards. If we go at ward levels to have security, equip people with dengon or what we call a pump action, we curb some of this nonsense. And of course, we know that local government chairman in Nigeria is basically, even though they say they are elected, is basically appointment. So if you call a local, I do not like Wike because of especially part of what he did in 2023 and all of that. Not because of P2B or whoever, but again, even if my father does what he did, I will not support him. But in terms of decisiveness, you need a leader like that. There were points where you could not travel from Warri to Port Harcourt without being kidnapped. What did he do? He went to get the local chiefs, all those chiefs, and then warn them, any day anybody is kidnapped from your place, your head will go for it. So we need to bring up this level of enforcement. And that is the only way we can cover this nonsense. Whether it's Fulani, myself, I'm from Enugu, I'm from Nsukka, I'm from OP. That OP axis between Peace and OP Junction, if you know the level of kidnappings that are happening, I remember one of the spaces with Peter Mbak raised that. I have done a security project for Shell Nigeria in Focados, in Bonga, in Seigul, in Bonny and all of that, where we did a HGA trader security enhancement project because of the 48 inches pipeline that was attacked. So there are cameras that can cover as fast, say 27 kilometers. We installed one that can from Focado Stamina overlap with a camera that is installed offshore somewhere within the crew loading platform. So if you have a single camera there at Peace University, you have covered that axis. There are kidnappings around maybe what is it called between Enugu and the Four Corners. So at least these peripherals, because I see that we have a data center or whatever. But again, I believe that these are cocktails of cameras within the urban areas. But we can have 3 major cameras at least covering Enugu. And these are cameras, these are low light cameras that whether it is 2 a.m. in the night is able to pick image. So again, you already have human security. So if you have these detections, people can be controlled to cover, and then so that with these issues of killing people, I mean, it doesn't make sense. So whether it is a Hamufu, whether it is a Fulani Herdsmen, killing is killing. It has to stop. And whoever is caught doing, if we show one person an example, it will just get. But again, we do not seem to have leaders who care. All they care. And then so for somebody talking about Senate or whatever, my brother, my sister, on where the Senate of Nigeria, if you go out in Nigerian, you just look at what happened to Natasha. The last senators we have were people like, in terms of speaking up, people like, what's it called now? Dino Malay and Smart Ade. Where are they today? They voted them out. They don't want the other alternative voices. So I can guarantee you that those people you are talking about in Enugu, what do you will not? Have you ever when you give Oku na Senate? The last time we had an Enugu senator talk was when Chimaroke was there. So again, I do not have taken a lot of our times, but in conclusion or in summary, what I should advise is that this is a case that is beyond the local government chairman. The governor needs to go there. He's the, like he said, he's the chief security officer. If the local government chairman does not, he sack him tomorrow and get somebody who is ready to work. If you show this decisiveness, then we'll know the next line of action to take. And then empower the local people, and we give them what you call a pump action. Let them secure themselves. Then you can, because again, I've traveled far and wide. I did an IPP project, which is covering this or anywhere you produce small power distribution across Nigeria. I did it before I went into oil and gas. So there is no, if you go to Warri, one part of Warri, all these people are armed with even AK-40. They don't burn you when Fulani Herdsmen got there, because they basically, what do? They come at night and attack and run away, because people are not armed. If they know that the community is armed, they won't go there. So again, it calls for the governor to take decisive action, protect the periphery within Enugu, at least within Enugu urban, and that is why I'm saying it goes beyond the camera and the traffic lights. Go and get 3 major cameras across the major 4 corners of Enugu, so that within a 500-meter distance from the central distance, you can't have any major insecurity or kidnapping. It's a pity, my brother, but let's pray that we have a better state. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much, Metus, for your contribution and ways we can stop everything happening in issues. Also, I think the next person to speak, Chidubem. Please, let's make it very brief. Just go straight to the point so that we can accommodate others. More people are requesting and joining this space. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so thanks a lot. I mean, this issues or situation is a very, very, very unfortunate and pathetic one. Because I remember, like, I think that was 2023, December or something like that. So when I came back and I visited a friend of mine. He has a house in Osaka, but he's from a Hamufu. And to my surprise, like his house, both up and down, were completely filled up. I was surprised, like, what are these number of people doing in your place? And that was when he told me, like, that in fact everybody in their community have run away. That these herdsmen, like, they come, they attack openly, they kill people, and then they just get away with it. So is too many situation like that for me. I can already conclude that is very huge negligence on the part of the government, because if any of us here have lost someone very close to you, you can have that feeling of what it means that a precious life is just gone, and this life didn't go because it was just because you are simply existing. Yeah, like you are simply existing. So for me, like, Peter Marsh should know that everything he plans to achieve in Enugu State rests on security. And even if it means using all our budget to make sure that no human life is lost unnecessarily, please, he should do that. Because I don't know whether Enugu State have passed uh, anti-open grazing law, but things like this should already be institutionalized. At least, like, send a very strong warning that if you are coming to Enugu State in the guise of anything to disrupt businesses or take lives or destroy property, that the state will not. At least start from, let's say, we pass anti-open grazing. Put very stringent measures that if you are caught anywhere with cow, I mean, what the hell is your cow that people should be sacked from the community? Talk more of moving with armed AK-47. Because, like, look at information that normal citizens, these are normal citizens that provided Are you telling me that the government do not have this information? So how many more people would be killed before something is being done? I mean, for me, like I personally am not satisfied with what if Mba is doing something in that regard. I am not satisfied because lives are still being lost. This was the same situation we had in Ozo one. And I think right now, I was speaking with a friend of mine who works in the Navy, and he was telling me that now they are building a Navy base in Ozowan. So even if it is something like that, because like even if it means Enugu State building, like using their own money to build a military, a small military barrack in that region, and then let federal government now bring in the personnel, it can be a solution. If it means having local vigilante like that government are paying handsomely, who will be working hand in hand with the security agencies, it will be in the right direction. But for me, like Mba really need to understand like this is beyond paparazzi or beyond like this is human life at stake because a lot of things that have been happening in Enugu, especially in terms of security, in terms of in Enugu city, there is so much that he has done, which I completely appreciate. But once you leave the city and you start going into the hinterlands, man, like a lot of times is a very big challenge. Like the guy that my brother that just spoke talked about this Opito Ugogonike. Like this road, literally every week, even as at last week, I j- I called people on ground, and at least two incidences. I know like three. I personally know three people who have been kidnapped on that road, and every time I'm asking myself like, this road is how many kilometers for crying out loud? Like how many kilometers is from Abapanike to P Junction? That the Enugu state government cannot deploy whatever is possible to make sure that people are secured. Now, every day, people are traveling on that road just expecting anything, like literally anything. This week, this new week now, you're still going to hear news, and then people just move on like nothing is going on. Please, like, I don't know whether is it that this information is not getting to by himself. Maybe people like you see what is happening because the problem also I have in Enugu is sometimes there are so many people who are around the corridors of power that their only means of feeding is politics. And these people now, like they are so much entrenched in psychophancy that they tend to really downplay the real situation. And this is a very big problem because look at the local government, for instance. But at the end of the day, Mba should understand that the buck stops at his table. He, in collaboration with the federal government, are solely responsible for the lives and properties of Enugu. And whatever options, at whatever cost, even if it means Enugu going to borrow money to implement that, provided that people are safe, please let him do that. Because I wouldn't imagine that after now we'll come back again to discuss again that another attack has happened at Ehamufu. And please, Judith, if you have the ears of the government, this Enugu to this Ugogo Nike to Opinsoka Road, the kidnapping there is alarming. It is beyond like it is beyond imagination. Like week
The
in, week
Nsuka
out.
to period, the one that they have started the dualization.
Exactly. As
Yeah,
at last,
that's why the governor started the dualization of road
no,
there
this is not
because of the
dualization.
kidnapping.
Yeah, dualization. I don't think it's a dualization matter because even if you say dualize it, it doesn't mean those guys like these guys they pop up anytime, any day. Like, and the funny thing is, if you are on that road, if you cannot move more than 2 kilometers, without meeting a checkpoint. So this whole thing is, I don't understand what is going on. But like, Mba should please do whatever is possible. Like, so every week, at least, there are 2 or 3 incidences of. In fact, like last 2 weeks, these guys who operate in the morning, operate in the afternoon, sometimes operate around 3 in the evening. On a single day, they will just pack people, move them, and then those people will now go and start sorting it out with their families. I know so many times they have created group, they're adding people, we are raising money because they need to go and rescue somebody. This doesn't make sense. This is not how we people are meant to live. Please, whatever he's going to do, if it means taking loan to make sure this is solved, for me, life and the lives of people is non-negotiable. And Mba should understand this. 10 trillion, 50 trillion economy, good and fine. But all of this rests on security. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much to the BIM. Thank you so much for your contribution. I think the if you want to speak, please can you raise your hand? I think one can you have spoken before, so you have 2 minutes to say what you want to say. Can have the mic. One can, are you there? I don't know if it's just me. Can you guys hear him? Please, if he's not saying anything,
No, it's not speaking. It's not
We can't
speaking.
hear him.
Dan, you can take the mic. Sure, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, thank you very much, Judith. Greet everyone in the house. Good evening. Um, First of all, Judith, probably when you're trying to make your next remark, I think probably you have to retract that statement where you say that probably the media is exaggerating the stuff that is going on, except you have the context in which you made that statement. Sorry for the noise. Nigeria is messy, so we have to produce light by ourselves. I want to say this. I think as we are getting to the dawn, whereby everything is sinking in, and we're trying to realize what our problem actually is. I think I've given this testimony in several spaces I've gone to, and in these spaces, I say my mind. My brother Jack knows me. I don't miss feelings. If I hurt you with my words, sorry about that. But please don't interject me. In 2015, I was in ITC Park in Umuahia, Toa. And this local radio station from the bus made this announcement that a final year student was killed by a header. At that moment, it was not really about the Fulani header or what. What was just in my head then was,
Is it just me or Dan's network is having issue? Can you guys hear him?
No, I think his network is
No,
bad.
no.
this thing. But when it got down to 2016, which I've made some of the posts on the comment section, so you can go back and review those pictures and posts from 2016. And all of this became a massacre. If you go down to YouTube, you'll find videos of whereby community clans were chasing Fulani elders as far back 2015 out of their community. So people wanted to probably use these rhetorics of bigotry or the distinct hate the Igbos has for the Fulanis or whatsoever to push a different narrative, forgetting that the fact that those people are fighting to occupy their own space as at far back 2015, which is 10 years ago. And we are in 2025 and we are still talking about the same thing. Please, nobody should come here on this space and say that the government is not aware, the government is not informed, the government has not been briefed. You are the #1 citizen of that state. You are the CSO of that state. Your primary duty is to protect lives and property. They will come up here and start giving excuses. Do you know how much goes into budgeting for just its media? Or is it just coming up all about on social media and posting about the roads that have been done or whatsoever? Is that what the media stands for? That you don't know what is happening in a rural environment that is under your nose? They probably, those who are even outside the state are even getting first-hand information more than you. It's a shame for you to come out and say you are the governor of that particular state. So I find it so probably annoying whereby we are coming and probably some people are just trying to give a pat on the governor's back that maybe he's not aware. In a state whereby he's in control of. Would you stop making these people feel as if they are doing all right, meanwhile they are not doing anything? And somebody also came up here to say probably we should negotiate. My brother Obiagu, seriously, I really don't know where the negotiation is going to come from. If it's from those that have been raped, kids, those who have broken skulls. If it has happened in your own family, are we going to come up here and probably we start preaching about Obiagu, let's negotiate on all of this stuff that is going on? Please, while we are addressing this issue, we should put ourselves in those people's shoes, feel their pains. Going back to what happened, because the reason I'm not excluding the governor or anybody, the senator, the House of Rep member representing that constituency, the reason I'm not going to exclude them from that, go back to Ebonyi State. It's almost a month ago that they had another massacre in Ebonyi State. The people came out to say, these are the people that attacked us. Even my guy, Mazi, went there, did videos with the community. I can share that to you, Judith, on privately. And these people confirmed that the killer herdsmen were the one that attacked us. But what happened? The governor came up, issued a statement that these were killer herdsmen. But up till now, there is no statement from the Ebonyi State Government House to probably this is the result or this is what we have done. And it took almost a week before the Ebonyi State government could even issue a statement on such heinous crime that happened under its nose. And the same thing is happening in Enugu State right now. So definitely the governors are just puppets in the hands of the federal government. Why? Allocation needs to come. If we should speak our mind, maybe they might withdraw our allocation on one thing or the other, or we'll start facing a kind of heat from the federal government. So let's just keep short.
We don't have much time again on this case.
Yeah, I'll try and round up. Thank you very much. I'll try and round up. But all of these things boils down to the fact that it's going to get to a point soon because these people are protesting and people might feel that they are weaklings. They are not weaklings. They are doing their civil rights right now, coming out to protest that. Please come to our aid. It's not when we pick up arms to defend ourselves, you're going to call us terrorists. We are not going to take that from you. It's not when probably we defend our own self, and you now say, no, these people, they are going beyond what. But at the time, at a point like this, whereby they are coming out to say, Governor, come and do something. Governor have been silent for 3 days. A massive protest like this in your state, even if, let me just assume that some of our brothers cannot hear Igbo like that, probably that dialect of the Nsukka or the Enugu Igbo. But I think you could hear what, you could feel the bitterness, whereby you are seeing people who are old enough to be your mother, your grandmother, coming up saying that they are putting stick into their vagina. And we are coming here to probably play gimmicks with it and give a part on the state government of Enugu that maybe they are not aware. I don't understand. Please, we can do better. We can actually do better. And at the long run, I just pray these same people who are crying today will not come up tomorrow and just say, since the government is not coming to our aid, let's find a way to form our own defensive system. In Ebonyi State right now, it's happening. It just happened in 2024. We had a massacre in the same Enugu State. In 2024, we had a massacre. What happened? Who were the perpetrators? Have they been called upon? Is it all of us who just come up online after ranting, we give our suggestions, then we go back to sleep? The people who are really bearing the brunt of this pain are back there in those environments. They are back there in those villages. We are just living happily. It has not gotten to our doorsteps. So I'm going to end with this note. Please, for a closer communication with the state governments. If they know within themselves that they are not accomplice to the act that is going on, the killings of our fathers and mothers in our farmland, or those who are trying to take our lands away from them, I'm saying it authoritatively, let them go and fish them out. These people, they are not up to 0.01% of the population of Enugu State. So I see no reason why there should be a negotiation. I see no reason that you are killing people, many people, and you are coming to tell me that we should negotiate. On what table? On what ground?
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Judith. No problem. I'm going to end on this note. Thank you.
Your time. So, Jack, you can have the mic.
All right. Thank you so much, Judith. Thank you for this space, by the way. Uche, thank you for the fact-finding mission. You see, the other time when I was speaking, I was probably tensed and angry. So I didn't talk about solutions, right? So off the top of my head, I've expressed my feelings about how I'm particularly disappointed at the governor. And yeah, thank you, Dan, for pointing that out. When Uche was making, excuses for him, saying things like he's not aware. All this, I don't want to hear all this kind of he's not aware. We all together, all of us, we all called Governor Soludo out the other day when NAFDAC came and shut down all the markets in Headbridge with the excuse that some people were selling fake drugs. And we say, you cannot be the governor of a state and major crises are happening in your state and you behave as if you're not aware. Or like you behave as if nothing is happening. Even if nobody reported to you, are you not seeing the news? Why should I be a governor and something at this magnitude is happening? People are protesting and you say the governor is not aware. That's not true. So let's understand that one, that the governor has not shown empathy. And this is my concern. Now, coming to the solution, in my head, this is what I'm going to say. Of course, a lot of people will not like this, but you see, when the governor of Enugu State took over office, he made a statement that he wanted to open a ranch in Enugu State. And, a lot of you shut that down. You can go and search my tweets. There are tweets where I said I support this particular move. And I'm going to explain why these things are important. In modern day agriculture, ranching is the way. We all know that for us to end all these killings of, people every day, there must have to be an organized way of, farming. Now, the meat ecosystem, the meat industry is huge. It's very big that Nigeria can play a substantial role, And the reason why I am against the idea of pushing this whole narrative of, Ayacha Honde Fulani Nabani, the Hanawa, all those kind of things. I don't like the narrative. And here is why. The reason why I'm particularly pushing against it is because it is not in our best interest. There is no economy anywhere in the world that develops only by indigenes. Until you are hospitable enough for outsiders to be able to feel comfortable to be in your place. That is the only time you can actually build 21st century economy. And this is why I think that what we should be thinking about is how do we pressure the government to actually find lasting solution to the killings in our communities. And this is why I think that I don't know why the governor, whether he jettisoned the idea because of the backlashes and everything. This is where you need bold leadership. I have personally campaigned against the whole Enugu air project, and I said I don't think this project is viable, but I supported the issue of ranching. And people would say, oh, why are Fulani people not buying land to do ranching? And I will tell you why. Ranching is a big business. If the government should build ranches in all the local government, they will make more money. They will control the movement of cows. That is when they can tax all these cows and make money for the state. So for me, I'm looking at the business side of it, and I'm looking at it that you will be killing so many birds with one stone, because now you have cows in a controlled environment. They are not going to be, destroying farms, crops and everything. That's number one. Number two, if you now see anybody with cow outside those designated ranches, you now go after them and, either you confiscate the cows or you kill those cows. That is how it should be done. In modern economies, that is how it's done everywhere. If you say Fulani people should come and buy land and do ranches before they can, take cows around, it will be difficult. We all know it will be difficult, and we know it is because of the economics of it. My friend Gaius Chibueze is doing something similar in Uzowani, where he has a farm, a ranch, and all of that. And I know the amount of money that went into that particular project. So again, what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is this: Ndi Enugu Bikonu. This is my own personal solution. I think it is high time we begin to see things from a modern perspective, and not again this whole Anyacho Honde Fulani is not a good narrative. It is not in our best interest as Indigo. As we need to understand what this truly means, because an average Igbo man is a traveler. And what this means is that you should not, for any reason, create enmity with the people that are living in your place, because it will affect your people outside. Their businesses, their livelihoods are based there. So we shouldn't bring that part of it into the conversation. However, we should support government where they are going right and also call them out when they are going wrong. This is what I'm going to end my submission with this.
Standing up. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to end my personal submission with this. Look, it's just 1 week. I believe that the government of Enugu State, okay, let's give them 1 week. If Governor Peter Mba fails to act concerning this issue of the harmful after 1 week, I will personally come down to Enugu and lead a protest against his government. I yield the mic.
All right. So let me just add something here very quick. So one of the things I try to understand is the perspective of the people on ground, the people who are affected, because the people who wear the shoe, the person that wears the shoe knows where it's hurting. So while I was engaging his lordship, and the reason why I pointed that out is the fact that the lordship insisted, he said something, he said, if Mba is aware of what is happening, that's the reference I made. He said that if the Mba, he's on record, and I recorded that speech, he said if Mba is aware of what is happening, that he would have come here and solved this problem. And that was why they came. And he was speaking to us because I introduced myself as someone from Anambra State. So it's not like he was trying to patronize us. And when he was saying that, I probed further to understand why he was saying those things. And he told us how he provided the military immediately he came into power. But he now explained what really eventually happened when the military came. And see, these government officials, according to the two young officers, who are from the community that met us at that, at Bishop's house, they said that they took these government officials to the place where this thing is happening. It's a very big place. It's up to 20-something kilometers. So according to the men there, one of the men there, he told us that the spans across 3 local governments in Benue State very long. That like the land is very big and it spans across 3 local governments in Benue State. So the occupation is not something that as we're talking right now, the Fulani Herdsmen are there, and our people have all run away from their communities. That is the situation on ground right now. Like, this is not a fairy tale. The people of Abo are no longer in their village. Their village is razed down, and their farmland is under occupation of these people. The government agents went there. The deputy governor, I heard the deputy governor was in convoy alongside with the security personnel and so on. We were there when they brought the information to us that these guys came. So according to them, they saw all this. In fact, they saw the Fulani with the AK-47. They saw them with the cows. They saw them with all these things. And they also witnessed the whole thing. Now, immediately, one of them said that they thought they would have arrested one, but when they tried to get one, they escaped because they saw them from afar and all of that. And the place is quite big. So the point I'm making is that to some of us who are very agitated, very angry about this whole situation, I've been thinking about it personally. I've been thinking about it from different perspectives. I've been thinking, what if the military, if we call in the military to come and raise the whole place or graze the whole place and chase them away and do all manner of things, will the military stay there forever? The military will not stay there forever. If we do anything to chase them away, we are not going to stay there forever. If we station the military, how many battalions will be enough to cover the entire place? Remember, I said the place is very big and it's not motorable. So that is why the causative, what Alexonia was talking about, using example of what has happened in some communities that he's aware of, is what I think we should look at. And that's why I pointed out the fact that the community, the leadership at the local government is culpable. I am saying it because if the governor comes today and say, look, military, come this side, come down the other side and make sure that nobody is here, and eventually that happens. In the next couple of months, if the people in the village or in the community that are accomplice with these people that are doing this, they can bring them again to cause problem. So what we are saying is that we need to find out ebe mmiri si wee banye opi ụgbọgụrụ ka anyị malụ ndị na-eme ife a within us. Then we will be able to terminate them. Once we terminate them and remove them from our space, then these external ones I'm busy because they are coming in confidence that na-enwelu ndị na-akọrọ ofe ebu n'ime. Oke nọ n'ụlọ na-agwa nke nọ n'ama na ngịga dị n'ụlọ. That is what I'm saying. Okay, so let us look at it this way, because this is only solution that will be enduring. Because they will come in reprisal. There is a place called Egedegede. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly.
Egedege.
Egedege. Okay. Yes. That place, they told us, the man that took us there told us that that Osibanjo came there, right? During the time they attacked, they showed us where they attacked and all of that. Am I correct?
Yeah.
That's
Was
Osibanjo
in that
Ebonyi
community?
State, right?
Egedege in Ebonyi State.
In Ebonyi State.
Yes,
not...
but we
Yeah,
passed through that
it's
place.
having boundary with Enugu too.
Yeah.
Yes, but did they attack there?
Yeah, they attacked them I can't remember exactly that year.
So according to them, the vice president came. Am I correct?
Yes, I think I heard something like that.
A whole vice president came to that place as a result of the attack. Did it stop the attack happening in the entire the neighborhood? The answer is no.
It's even close to Nkalaha, where the recent attack was carried out. That attack was during the time of Hidevi Omar.
Okay. My point really is that the presence of the vice president couldn't stop the further attack. He could not do anything to stop the attack. That's the point I'm making. Because if you look at that place, that place that they mentioned, that Egede, you look at that place, you see it is very close to the farm stage. There are so many farmland around that area. And along that road towards the Iamufu, you see that there are so many security checkpoints. right? Across that road, along that road till the end. Now, I don't know
Uche,
if
please,
you
you
go
should
further,
finish
especially
now.
towards.
We're almost out of
Yes,
time.
let me just say this. Now, I'm speaking. Why I'm talking about this way is to let us see the intricacy, like how complicated this thing is. It's not something that, and when you have this type of issue on your leg, you have to be careful so that you're not cut off your leg while treating it. So the way the place is, you have to look at the terrain. If it is something that is quite small, quite very obvious that you can just go in there, fish out people, then station military checkpoints or police checkpoints and ensure that you keep them there regularly, then that will be okay. But this is not what checkpoints or military presence will automatically solve. I'm saying this because of the way the bishop of the Anglican diocese explained it. So if there is any other thing that we think that can be done outside what I'm saying, then that's fine. But what I'm saying is that with the way it was painted, what I met on ground, what we need to fight very squarely is the one within us. The whole those people who are collaborating with them or those who are enabling them to fester. If we must solve this, we must get them out from our land. Thank you.
All right, I don't know if Judith is there. Can I go ahead, Judith?
Yeah, Grandmaster. Please, this place is supposed to end by 10. Me and Uche went to Isuzu today, and I'm sure that everyone knows that we're like very, very exhausted. So, Grandmaster, you can speak. We're already rounding up the space. You
Yeah,
can go.
I know. Sorry about that. I just came online and I saw that this space was going on. I didn't even know such a space was going on in the first place. I would have been here earlier. So first of all, thank you to Uche and Judy, for going to issues or to find out what was going on there. Obag, my brother, I also see you. You just have not been very much active because of work. But I see you, my brother. We'll have to reach out to you also in the DM. I see the good work you are doing. Please keep screaming, keep shouting, keep talking. You understand? Now, let me first of all say something, and let me put it out here categorically clear. Jack, nobody is using any expanse of land in Enugu for ranching, free of charge for the Fulanis. It's not going to happen. It will never happen. That is a private business, and they should go look for their own, land to do their own ranching. If they cannot find a better way of rearing their cattle, they should return to the north and be transporting those things from the north to the east. Or maybe they can find a settlement in the middle belt and be transporting their cows from there to the east. You can't be serious coming up here to tell us that we should give the land that we don't even have in Enugu, in the southeast, to Fulanis for ranching. Have you taken a look at the map of Nigeria? Have you seen the vast land that is in the middle belt? Have you seen the vast land that's in the north? Why can't they utilize this land for themselves and do whatever they want to do? If you're looking for greenery, it starts in the middle belt. When you look at the map of Nigeria, you see where the greenery starts. It starts with the middle belt. So I don't understand why the fixation on Enugu, why the fixation on Ehamufu, why the fixation on our people. I mean, you coming to tell us that we should give them our land because of what? A private business. Are we? Is there something that I'm not understanding here anymore? Let us not please set this absurd and dangerous precedent, because this is going to affect all of us at the end of the day. How can we be talking about giving out our land? Have you ever seen any land in our league that does not belong to somebody? Free land for what? If they want to, to ranch their cows, they can go and purchase the land and pay for it and use it for whatever they want to do for the time it's given to them. And then after that, they should just simply hand it back and move on. That said, you understand? I'm a little, yeah, not just a little, I'm very disappointed in what is currently going on, that this Ihamufu issue keeps recurring. Judith, our governor has told us extensively, and I've used my own eyes to see this, that we have a command and control center and cameras mounted across the state, if I'm not mistaken. What is the purpose of this command and control center if we cannot see these attacks coming? What is exactly the point? This is a very serious question for me. This is not me trying to, be critical or anything. I'm just being very serious. What is the purpose of a command and control center that cannot prevent, Fulani Herdsmen from attacking the community. And since we identify, okay, just maybe you can answer me when I'm done. Just let me just quickly run up with this so that I don't take your time there too much. If we identify where the hot zones are in Enugu, we know that Ihamufu is one of them. We know that also one, you understand, is one of them, and other areas. Why couldn't we have possibly mounted these cameras around those areas? Because any camera, any security measures that we are taking that does not yield any positive outcome, for me, it's basically a waste of energy and resources. That's just what it is. We know that these Fulanis are not going to come and attack in the metropolis. So I don't even think the metropolis is where we should be focusing now. The borders are where we're supposed to be focusing. And for how long are we going to continue hearing of this thing? Haven't we understood now that there's something seriously wrong going on in that axis of Enugu and Ebonyi states? Incursion every now and then, and our state government after state government know this thing. And honestly, Uche, I'm sorry, I don't think it is because the governor does not know. It sounds funny to me when you come and tell me that in this internet age of information, where news can filter out into the public in a matter of seconds, the governor of a state does not know. But he has, people that he's employing on social media, essay on social media. He has essay on new media. He has essay on information. What exactly is their job if they cannot figure out that in a state like Enugu, Ihamuf is under attack and nobody is coming for them and that these women have been protesting? No, I don't think that is an excuse, and it is not acceptable. These are people, these are citizens. Their life should matter. Their life should matter, for God's sake. For how long are they going to continue killing these people? Or is it until the entire place has been deserted, everybody has been chased away by Fulani Herdsmen? Is that when we're going to take it seriously? So now to my solution. I heard what Uche said. Uche spoke about if the military goes there and chases them away, what then happens in the long run? It is funny that this is the kind of discussion we're having. Okay, what is the alternative for you? We should just simply allow them to be there and continue wantonly destroying lives and properties? No. I think the state government at a point in time spoke about, setting up a vigilante. Obeago, I remember when they spoke about this thing, about a vigilante, about forest guards.
Yeah.
Yes, they say this thing, right? If I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
that's what they told us. They spoke about vigilante, they spoke about forest guard. Where are these people? If the army goes there and clears, house, then these people can take over from there to protect these people going on. Because one of the things these Fulani people hate is resistance. That was how they resisted extensively in Plateau State until they left Plateau State. So what exactly are we doing? Is it that we don't have a long-term plan or strategy to actually tackle this issue once and for all? Is this what we are going to be having, periodic cases of people being attacked and maimed and killed, and then we shout about it, at the end of the day, everybody goes back and sleep, the dead are already gone? No, we can't continue like this. And it's sorry that I'm the one who is going to come up in a space and start giving state government ideas on how to fix the security in the state. That is weird. That is absurd. I shouldn't be burdened with this task and this responsibility, because the state employs some of the best heads to give them this information and the advice on this. So I don't think I should be coming here to tell the state government. The state government knows what to do to ensure that the people of Ihamufu, as it stands today, find peace and tranquility where they live. This is their ancestral homes. This is where their great-grandfathers worked. This is where their progenitors worked. Are they going to leave those places and abandon them and run away? They will not do it. So let's be realistic here. So we need to bring up a little bit more force. Others have done it. Can we get these vigilantes? Can we get these forest guards? Can we get people that are at least, let us exploit the law of this land to its maximum. If there are places where the law says that you can arm your people up to, arm those people up to that particular point in time. And let them be under the legal jurisdiction of the state, and then let them go about this and start protecting lives and properties. Because we can't keep running helter and skelter in our own state. Because Fulani Herdsmen are chasing people left, right, and center. Please, I used to go to beg all of Funa. I think it is that time we spoke up. This is too much. It's becoming too much. Every two months, Enugu is attacked. Every 2 months, Enugu is attacked. We all make noise and then we go back to our sleep. Is this how we are going to continue in Enugu and gradually keep on encroaching more and more into these places? Please, say to those who have the ear of the governor, please talk to him. Something must and have to be done. Otherwise, I think at the end of the day, we are just jokers here. We just make all these noise and go, and at the end of the day, we'll continue to kill people. Please, Judith, I know you are very close to Dan. Gwata and even away, guys. Obi adrozi anyị mma. Ọkọtago arụ na-afụ anyị ụfụ. Ihe a na-ekwu n'Enugu everyday gburi na na-egbu ndị mmadụ ka Igbo. Ọ dịgo too much. Gwada na ihe a biko nụ. Ha na-ege ntị na-ahụta ihe na-aga on. Obi adro guys mma. You understand? And I think Mba will want to have the goodwill of the people. Let these things not filter into the open. I know he's trying his best, but at least the issue of security is priority. Because the more we allow these things to fester, the more we are creating the loopholes, the lacuna needed for non-state actors to come and fill the gap. I can clearly see what they have been doing the past couple of days, using the incidents in Ihamufu to push their lies and propaganda. That they told them that they need ESN, they told them that they are coming. Because they don't have sympathy for this, but all they want to do is to push their agenda. And in the case of leadership, where there is lack of leadership, where people refuse to step in and do what is necessary, we end up with instances where new set of non-state actors will rise up and arm themselves to the teeth and claim they are fighting Fulani Herdsmen, and then the cycle repeats itself. Please, I don't want that cycle to repeat itself anymore in Ali. Thank you very much. That's all I have to say here.
Yeah.
Chidera, there's
Thank you
something
so
I want
much,
to ask.
guys.
Is open grazing
Okay.
allowed in Enugu?
No.
For now, no.
If it's not
That's
allowed
not
in Enugu,
possible.
then I think we now have.
Have a beautiful culture. God, Nigeria. I just back from European country. When I back, so thank you, God. I'm Nigerian. I was in Europe, in Swiss, in France, in Spain. But when I back in Nigeria, I feel, oh my God, I back to paradise. Nigeria is beautiful. We have everything. Food, fruit, different food. You know, some fruit, you don't even know what kind of fruit that. Even in House Land, different fruit. When you got jungle, you have many different tree. Oh, say thank you, God. God, we have great country. So what are we supposed to do now? To kick Fulani out. Fulani working with Iran. This Muslim Shia, they want to do Islamic country like Iran. Like Saudi Arabia now. Muslim country, Saudi Arabia. Dubai is a Muslim country. Jordan is a Muslim country. But look at them. In Egypt, there are many Christians. In Saudi Arabia, if you don't know, in Saudi Arabia, they are indigenous Christian before Islam, indigenous Jewish before Islam, and indigenous who they don't have religion called Kafran Quraysh. Still now, they are in Mecca. The government respect them. God bless Saudi, because Saudi country is amazing. Muslim country, but you have freedom to do whatever you want to do. In this MBS, oh my God. That's why I want to go to Umrah. You're talking about Kano, Hizbah, catch people because they don't pass them. You're not allowed to do that. Because in Islam, it's a woman sha'a falyu'min, woman sha'a falyukfar. If you want, you believe. If you don't. That's Islam say it. In Islam, no person to say no. You have to no. Up to you. Up to you. If you want to come, if you want to be a Muslim, you want. If you don't know, Islam didn't force you to say no. You have to. No. وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. Islam. But look at Fulani, what they have done for us. Look at it. They let us fight between Muslim and Christian. Now they're looking for me. I have fatwa. They say any Fulani saw me to analyze me. In Islam, there are nothing like that. What I'm doing, I just want people to live in peace. Now we're living more than around maybe 4 years without fighting between Muslim and Christian, right, Dangongola?
Yes, more than 4 years now, Mama.
More than 4 years. Yeah. We're living in peace.
You can go on my page and see me snapping with Baba Hoshi, the one that taught me. We are all together. We are all one, irrespective of your religion. Let's work together. We are Northerners. We are from Kasa Hausa. Where Hausa is our border. The Igbos are our border. Yoruba are our border. So don't listen attentively. This is deep.
Fulani angry with me. They say, you know what the Fulani said now in their platform? They say, I'm fighting Islam. My father house, we have 5 imam. But they say, I'm fighting, I'm fighting Islam. They say I fight Islam. How can I fight my religion? You know why? Because they always use religion to blackmail me. They want me to be silent. I'm not going to be silent. I'm continuing to fight. I want to see this country living in peace. Muslim, Christian, Hausas, Yoruba, Igbo, and Middle Belt to love each other, to build new Nigeria. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk.
Thank you, Madam Alube. Thanks for your submission. Know the truth. Whatever they are saying, they are just lying. Fulani doesn't have religion. They can be Muslim, they can even bear your name, but would they believe in that? They might even live in your place for 100, 200 years. They know that they are Fulanis and they keep that identity. It's only in Fulani that we hear Hausa Fulani. Have you ever heard Igbo Yoruba before, or Igbo Hausa or Yoruba Hausa? Never. It's only Fulani that we hear Hausa Fulani. They want to try that nonsense with us in Ghana. They say Yoruba Fulani. We say no, that's not like Yoruba Fulani. If you are either Yoruba or you are either Fulani, you keep that one. So that is it. Sparks, are you there?
Sparks, are you asking any question? Our leader is here. You can ask question. I know you can ask intelligent questions. Sparks.
It's not like Sparks is not there. Omije.
Yes. Our sister, can you ask more Mama any question?
Omije, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, please. All right, please.
You want me to ask her some questions?
Is there any clarification you want?
If you have, not mandatory. If you have, you ask.
If you have any clarification, any question, you can ask her so that she can answer you. Or else, if you don't, you can move on.
Okay, man. Okay. What I only want to ask is that, do they still have any Hausa that is still in King Tansi City in the north? Or they are all Fulanis? Mama, please. Hope you understand my question.
Okay. Mama Kinakusani. Hello, Mama Kinakusa. Aja. Okay, she's not close. There's none. I can answer that. There's none. All the principal kings are Fulani. That's where the problem is. It's a 3-method hegemony. The politicians, the kings, and the religious leaders all are captured by Fulani. That's why you see once there's this terrorism in the north, in the Hausa states, nobody is saying anything. For years now, the whole of the years of Buhari till
I'm happy for Yoruba land that we fight
yes.
against Sharia.
Don't worry, madam. Let me even tell you something.
They will shut down our schools.
Yeah, they could have done that. But let me give you this
That
insight.
is the meaning of Boko Haram.
Yes, they don't. Yes. Now let me even give you an insight. We keep crying about corruption. Our principal problem is these Fulani people. Once the Hausas stand against them, you will see a new trajectory in this country. Nigeria will be great. So God is the one working. And God is the one that brought this woman so that she can join our heads together and make us understand that we need to build a glorious nation. Moderator, you can continue.
Do you know why? Onwolade, please